My name is Bobby Rasmussen, and I graduated from Hazel Park High School in 2007. Right now, I work at Groupon in San Francisco. I manage a team of engineers and designers, and we're trying to build an interesting experience for you to be able to find local merchants that have awesome deals in your area. Right before I came to Groupon, I did a little bit of work with NASA as a computer scientist, and we were trying to solve some problems about atmospheric reentry. And this was the time right before the Curiosity rover went to Mars. So you can imagine it was a very exciting time to be at NASA. I look back on my career so far, and I recognize just how impactful the teachers and faculty and students at Hazel Park High really were on me. Honestly, it was at Hazel Park High School that I started to realize that this world is so much bigger than what's in front of me at the moment. Having this sort of perspective, like the perspective that the impact that you can make on people's lives goes far beyond what's here and now, that's what keeps me going every day. And I think having the opportunities to play on sports teams and be in the band and take advanced courses, all of these combined helped open my eyes and just recognize how chock full this world is of opportunity. So I appreciate and I'm proud of the fact that I graduated from Hazel Park High School.
Hi everyone, I'm Alan McCord, class of 1968 at Hazel Park High School. Right now I'm a professor at Lawrence Technological University in Southfield, and I've also served Lawrence Tech as their Associate Provost and Executive Director of E-Learning Services. Prior to coming to Lawrence Tech, I served in senior administrative roles in information technology at both the University of Michigan and Eastern Michigan University. I have a bachelor's degree from U of M and both master's and PhD degrees from Wayne State. So Hazel Park High School helped prepare me for my undergraduate experience at the University of Michigan, which included 4 years in the Michigan Marching Band and a bachelor's degree in natural resources. My teachers at Hazel Park were very committed and engaged with their students, and I still remember my experience as a science lab assistant, which allowed me to find out more about how teachers actually interacted with students in the classroom and how hard they worked to prepare interesting and engaging lessons. Hazel Park teachers also focused on writing and public speaking, which has helped me throughout my entire career. Perhaps the most significant way that Hazel Park affected me was to help me understand that working class kids, if they work hard and stay true to their values, can accomplish a lot. So I hope that all of you, 45 years from now, can look back to the words of our alma mater and remember that Hazel Park left a spark in them. Go Vikings!
Hi everyone, my name is Alethea Casman and I graduated from Hazel Park High School in 2008. I then went on to Central Michigan and then transferred to MSU, where I graduated with a degree in journalism and public relations. I now work for a political newsletter called Gongwer News Service in Lansing. I head the House of Representatives coverage for them. So there are 110 reps and I am generally in charge of making sure that they don't get into too much trouble. And I also do the day-to-day stuff of like covering the 3 session days a week and the meetings they have, the various committee meetings they have every week. And really for me, this all started when I was at Hazel Park High School and I joined the Parker Press. For whatever reason, I almost didn't want to enroll in Parker Press. The idea of having to talk to different people and interview them made me really uncomfortable at first, but through the newspaper I learned that that is really what I loved to do. So my advice for you while you're there would be to expose yourself to as many different things as you possibly can. Join as many clubs as you can, as many sports as you can, and really learn about the people who are helping you, the faculty and the staff that are right there with you, but also learn about your fellow students. And through these different perspectives, I think that it really helps you find what you are passionate about. And once you find that passion, it'll really help you get through the day-to-day. It'll really help you get through all the hard work it is to graduate high school. And then it'll help you beyond high school when you end up at college or whatever you do after high school. So that would be my biggest advice. That was my biggest motivator, was just knowing what I loved and knowing that I could do it.
Hello, I'm Michael Combs, Hazel Park High School class of 2004. I'm currently living out in San Diego, California, working as the Director of Research for the San Diego Regional Economic Development Corporation. It's been a long journey since I left Hazel Park High 10 years ago. I had worked for Hazel Park Schools for several years while I was pursuing an economics degree from the University of Michigan Dearborn. After that, I had moved down to the University of Michigan Ann Arbor to get a master's degree in urban planning and real estate development. From there, I moved to Baltimore, Maryland to begin my career as an economic development professional, which has led me to where I am today, working for EDC out in San Diego, California. Much of what I've done over the past 10 years I owe to the 4 years that I'd spent at Hazel Park High School. I learned valuable lessons, not just in the classroom, but from the teachers and mentors that were able to teach me about life and how I can apply those things to the workplace, but also to the way I treat my friends and family. I'm confident that the staff at Hazel Park High School has continued and will continue to give all of the students the same attention that they gave me and allow them to believe that they have no limits to the things that they can do going forward. I'm grateful for my time at Hazel Park High School, and I'm grateful for the staff for what they've done for me and helped me to get where I am today. Thank you.
I'm Bill Hitchcock. I graduated from Hazel Park in 1954. Still live here in Hazel Park and still very active in the community. I own the real estate and insurance agency here in Hazel Park for the last 40 years. Chairman of the Hazel Park Promise Fund. Going to Hazel Park has helped me in many ways. One thing is to be involved in my community, and that's why I'm involved in I volunteer to be in the Promise Zone, where we're helping children go to college. This has been a major impact in our community, and that's why I'm involved in it. Been involved in many things here in the community because of the leadership I learned in high school. I serve as chairman of the Hazel Park Downtown Development, and also in the past have been the leader of the United Methodist Church lay people in Michigan. I've been motivated to go to college because of the teachers and the leaders in the school, and that's helped me in my business and being involved in my community.
I'm Jack Wessenberry. I graduated from Hazel Park High School in 1969. Currently, I'm the head of journalism at Wayne State University, and I'm also a journalist. I've been a journalist for most of my professional life. I've been a foreign correspondent, magazine editor, and I currently still work in newspapers, radio, and television every day. I have a weekly television show in Toledo, and I'm a daily commentator on National Public and Michigan Public Radio. I'd like to say that Hazel Park High School may be the most important way that you can have a career. The most important, you set your foundation here, because like most folks in Hazel Park today, I grew up in a small 1,000-foot square house, uneducated parents, didn't have much money, but if you get a good foundation, even more than in my time, education is essential for having a good life. And I have to say that I've worked hard, but I have a nice life, I have a nice house, I enjoy what I do, which is the most important thing there is, to enjoy the work that you do. And in this age, high school education alone is not enough. That doesn't mean you have to go to college, but you need some post-secondary training, you need some profession, whether it's a plumber, whether it's a welder, whether it's a professor. And doing well in high school, more than ever, is the most important place for you to start. And what I would like very much is for lots of folks who went to Hazel Park to have a chance to have lives like I did and a lot of my fellow classmates. You know, in my time in school, technology, of course, was much different. The only kind of phones were attached to the wall. Nobody ever thought of a cell phone. Computers were things that big industries had, and nobody ever had a personal computer. But what I learned in high school is how to think critically, how to read, a background of knowledge, how to do math, what the fundamentals of science were. And technology, as important as it is no substitute for knowledge and no substitute for knowing how to think. The most important message that I want to give everybody is it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter whether you're Muslim or Jewish or black or white. If you get a good education and if you use it well, and if you work not only hard but also work smart, it's not too early to start thinking about your future. You're allowed to change careers, change majors, but if you do that, no matter where you're coming from, you can have a good life. And this high school is a place where you can really start to make your dreams come true.
Hi, my name is Ronnie Jandu. I graduated from Hazel Park High School in 2007. From there, I went to University of Michigan Dearborn, graduating with a degree in software engineering. Now I work as a senior publishing systems consultant for a software company that specializes in editorial systems integration and support. Hazel Park helped me with my success today by providing a team of teachers to build relationships with and to encourage me to achieve higher learning. Along with the teachers, Hazel Park's strong athletic programs kept me involved outside of school and kept me focused on my academics in school. Being around the coaches/teachers outside of classes helped shape the respect between us, which in turn produced better work ethics in the classroom. Even the classes alone were very beneficial, especially with the opportunity to partake in advanced placement classes. Being able to get college credits motivated me to work hard and do the best I could do. Hazel Park also offered classes at Oakland School's technical campus, which allowed me to explore my interest in technology and help further identify my career path. Being a part of Hazel Park community helped me acquire the skills I needed beyond high school to get to where I am today.
Hi, I'm Leon Lebrecq. Went to Hazel Park High School in 1973. From Hazel Park High School, I went to the University of Detroit on a scholarship, ended up getting my degree in accounting, became a certified public accountant. From there, I went to UAD Law School, became a lawyer, also became a certified financial planner and a chartered financial analyst. Today, I run a firm called LJPR. We manage about $670 million worth of assets. I have a successful business, kids going to college, everything's going great. Hazel Park was a big part of my life. Actually, in fact, now I'm a trustee of the Hazel Park Promise Scholarship. So we try to make sure that everyone at Hazel Park can go to college and have the greatest opportunities they can have. I think about all the folks going to Hazel Park now, and you live in a wonderful world. You live in a time when there's great technology. You live in a time when there's all kinds of things happening. There's all kinds of developments in the world. It's exciting and it's also scary. You need a great education. The Promise Scholarship guarantees that you'll have an opportunity to go to college, and I encourage you to do so. Do everything you can possibly do. When I was at Hazel Park, I wrestled. Not so well. I was in the band. That helped. I was in the National Honor Society. That was good. Do your best. Work hard. You're in a competitive world. But remember, I'm proud to be a Viking, and I hope you are too. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Bill Bauer. I'm also a member of the Promise Zone Board. I graduated from Hazel Park High School in 1949 and went from high school then to Alma College at the direction of two or three of my teachers and counselors in Hazel Park. I went from there then to the University of Michigan, where I got my doctorate in medicine. I've practiced medicine in Hazel Park, Ferndale, Royal Oak, and the surrounding areas for the better part of 40 years. Since that time, I have given back to the community a little bit with work at the Promise Zone and other nonprofit organizations to help with education. My experience at Hazel Park was a good one. I had excellent coaches and excellent teachers and excellent counselors. They helped direct me to higher education, and I believe that the present administration and teaching staff in the high school and grade schools are doing just that, and I appreciate everything that Hazel Park has done for myself and for others.
Hi, my name is Amelia Ramia. I'm a 2008 Hazel Park High School graduate. I'm currently a page designer at the Detroit News, and you might be wondering, what is a page designer? I get to do things like this, and things like this. Now, if it weren't for my involvement at the Parker Press, which is Hazel Park High School's campus newspaper, I wouldn't have found my interest in graphic design. Hazel Park High School was the first place that I was able to use a program called Adobe InDesign. And along with that organization and that opportunity, across all boards, I was able to be involved in organizations such as BOD, Earth Club. I was able to play on the soccer team, and those allowed me to realize that collaboration is key and that success is obtainable for anyone as long as you set your mind to it. The community in Hazel Park has influenced me a lot. I was lucky enough to have some amazing teachers. In fact, all my teachers at Hazel Park High School, every single one that I had, played a role in who I am today. Whether they pushed me to do better, whether they allowed me to think critically, or whether they put trust and influence into me. And if it weren't for my friends at Hazel Park High School, I would not have gone to Central. I never considered going to college because it wasn't something that my family had practiced or pushed onto me. But it was because of my friends that I hung out with in high school that told me, hey, come to school with us. And so I went to Central, and the rest is history. I came back to Detroit. I work at the Detroit News, and because I have this opportunity and I have this career at 24, I owe it to Hazel Park. I owe it to that community. I also owe it to them to show that they showed me that there is more to life and education and career than Hazel Park. I do hope one day that I can return to the HP and be able to maybe possibly lead the design or the staff of the Parker Press, or possibly become an English teacher. That's a backup plan, and I think it's a great backup plan to have, especially if it involves going back to the place that really influenced me heavily.
My name is Walt Roman. I'm a Hazel Park High School graduate, vintage 1949. Been quite a few years since I was in school. I met with a couple of Hazel Park High School teachers, I won't mention their names, who directed me toward Alma College. As a matter of fact, it was kind of late in the summer, almost the beginning of fall. They got on the telephone with the director of admissions, and they got me admitted into Alma, and I went to school there for 4 years, 3 years, graduated in 1953. I almost had a dual major in English and history. I was one course short of English. Always wanted to go back and get it, but I just couldn't afford another semester there. I was the first one in my family who ever went on to college. I worked for General Motors in several areas, mostly public relations, personnel related areas. The last job I had was the job I liked the best. I was manager of GM's educational support programs, and I was able to do some things like with some organizations that I wanted to help out. How did Hazel Park help me? It helped me a lot. One of the main reasons was we had some really good teachers while I was in school. I think they graded tough, they made you work in the courses, and they challenged you, and that stood me well when I went on to college and on into my career. You had to work for good grades. Two teachers in particular helped me to get into Alma. I'm still grateful for them. They did give me a small scholarship to attend my first year. So I have a high regard for Hazel Park schools. That's one of the reasons I'm involved in the Hazel Park Promise.
My name is Roger Cooper. I'm a 1968 graduate of Hazel Park High. In 1986, I returned to pastor the First Free Will Baptist Church in Hazel Park, where I was periodically honored to give the invocation for Hazel Park School Board meetings. In 1994, I relocated with my wife and 3 sons to a pastorate in Tennessee. I now serve as the pastor of the Highway 111 Fellowship in the Cookville community. In high school, I recall looking forward to my English classes. A few subjects were very difficult for me, but without exception, every teacher in every subject was a positive influence on my life. At Hazel Park High, I was taught typing skills that have proven to be invaluable in my many years of ministry. In 9th grade, I aspired to become an investigator in law enforcement. Ironically, that became the calling of our first son. I was taught auto mechanics in high school, yet it was our second son that would run his own auto repair service. Math was a subject that didn't fit between my ears, but our youngest son learned those skills and works for an international banking system. I've passed along to my three sons moral ethics I learned from my parents, my church, and 4 years at Hazel Park High School. My grades were average, but my teachers taught principles that make a man more than average. Even now, 46 years later, I recall my sociology teacher lecturing on taboos, mores, and folkways. My Hazel Park school teachers reinforced their lessons with their actions. I'm confident the core of that teaching method is still common in Hazel Park. In my driver's training class in high school, I learned road etiquette. Phys ed teachers and coaches taught me sportsmanship. Music classes enhanced the harmony I learned at home. Entertaining general assemblies imparted meaningful lessons for meaningful lives. And the Hazel Park High principal was a man of principle. All too soon, the honor came to wear the cap and gown. A local minister spoke to our massive 1968 graduation class, and I came away proud to have been a Hazel Park Viking.
Hi, I'm Mike Sterner, and I'm a Hazel Park graduate of the class of 2012, and I am now currently a student at Michigan State University. It is now my junior year here at MSU, and my pursuit is to become a medical doctor, and I hope to go to MSU's osteopathic medical school. Upon graduation here from Michigan State University. Hazel Park High School allowed me to create the foundation for who I am today, in the sense that it helped me create a drive and work ethic to be successful. Each and every day I take pride in being from Hazel Park High School and being a Viking. My experiences at Hazel Park High School and the Hazel Park community have truly gone a long way in allowing me to establish the characteristics that make up who I am today as a student and just as an individual altogether. Hazel Park allowed me to attain the work ethic and drive to be successful that I possess today, and I will always be proud to be a Viking. I will always wake up each and every day and use the drive of being a Hazel Park Viking to push towards reaching my goals and being successful. Hazel Park truly allowed me to grow into a leader, a student, and an individual who will accomplish big things.